Hello, welcome back to Toast Cartoons at Christmas. My name is Martin Pears, I'm a cartoonist and illustrator. Today I'm going to teach you how to draw the big man himself, Father Christmas. Papers and pencils ready? Let's get drawing. So take your paper and pencils and then we're going to start towards the top of our page, and I'd like you to draw a very short straight line like this, and then from the right hand side of this line curve around and then back up again. So what we're looking for here is a sort of a wedge shape with nice chunky rounded edges. And then move a little bit to the right from where we started there and draw another line about as long as the first line we've drawn. And then again from this side here, out and round. So now we have two sort of chunky wedges, almost like egg shapes, tilted in towards each other. You're probably wondering where we are and what we're doing here. These will be Father Christmas's eyebrows. Now, towards the centre of these two, underneath the first one, we're going to draw a little circle, but this circle is going to be slightly underneath our eyebrow, and the other circle this side here. So these will be Santa's eyes, and what we're going to do, we're going to colour these in, do them black, but we're going to leave a little shining white circle on there. So colour in, but leave a little bit of white on there. There we go. Now we're going to draw Father Christmas's nose. So again, starting towards the middle, just underneath the left hand circle for the eye, we're going to draw a sort of squashed oval shape for the nose. So we're going to come out, round and back in like this. There's Santa's nose. Now we're going to draw his cheeks. So to make it look like he's smiling, we're going to do some sort of upside down U shapes. And they're going to start about the halfway point on the nose here. We're going to curve up to the eyebrow and back down on the other side. So we're going to be like this. And then again on this side, curve up to the eyebrow and back down again for his cheeks. Now we're going to draw Santa's moustache next. So from the line of his nose at the bottom part of it, draw a straight line coming out and then flick it up at the end like this. Same thing on this side, a straight line, flick it up at the end like this. And bring that cheek line down to meet his moustache here. Right now in the middle of his nose, so the centre of our drawing so far, we're going to do something a bit tricky here. We're going to curve round underneath and then up to join there. It's almost like a semicircular shape. We're going to do the same thing on this side, curve out and round and up to join that piece there. So now we've got Santa's moustache. It's starting to come together now. We're going to do Santa's mouth and he's going to be smiling. So we need to draw a U shape here, sort of just a little bit over from the centre line. You're going to draw a curve round like this, and then we're going to draw an M shape for his tongue. So come in and up again like that, and then we can colour this part in black and then do a little line underneath for his bottom lip. So our Santa's starting to come together now, and now we're going to do his hat. So to do the brim on a Santa hat, we're going to come from about the halfway point on the eyebrow we started with, come out, not quite as far as his moustache, curve round up in a straight line, and then the same thing on the other side, come out almost as far as his moustache, curve round and up, and then we're going to do a curved line slightly bulging up like that, and then of course it needs to meet up above his eyes just there. So that's the brim on Santa's hat. Now we're going to do the fun bit on his hat. We're going to come from this side here, we're going to curve up, around and out like that. So a little bit like an S shape that's bigger on one end than the other. And then on this side here, I'd like you to draw a line going up and then stop about there. And then we're going to draw the rest of his bobble on his hat, the tassel on his hat, coming in from this side here, curve round and up, and then curve it off a little bit at the end there, a bit like a sausage. Now the bobble at the end of his hat, we can either draw a circle, or we could do, and I'm going to do a slightly wobbly line here, a bit like a cloud to make it look like it's fluffy. So kind of come round like this, and it kind of goes imagine it's going behind, the line's going behind the hat here. This makes it look like the hat is sort of fixed some point here on the bobble and gives a bit more of a three-dimensional effect. Now we need to draw Santa's beard. So we're going to draw this coming down to about this point here. So about the half, if his nose is about the halfway point between the brim of his hat and the bottom of his beard, somewhere around there. Get that right. So we're going to start on the end of his hat here, and we're going to come out like this, and there's a slightly jagged line. I'm going to curve back in, and then we're going to bring this round. So you come round and a big one there, curve, 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 stop at that point there. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So come out and in, round and a big one there, out and in, out and then up into there, and there we've got Santa with his beard. So now we're starting to look like we've got a lovely happy Father Christmas here. Now a little bit below the beard, I want you to draw a square. So again, it's going to be slightly central, following the shape down from his nose. We're going to come along like this with a line of similar sort of length there, similar sort of length there, back in there. So we've got a square here. This will be his belt buckle, and about on the right hand side, about halfway down, draw a little sausage shape like this, or a little squashed oval shape. It's his belt buckle, and then we draw another square inside this one, like that. But when we get down to the belt buckle, stop, like that. So there's his belt buckle. Now we need to draw his body. So round about halfway down his beard, we're going to do a curved line that comes out and around and joins up with the bottom of the buckle we've just drawn. So come out, round and into the buckle, and then on this side, same sort of height you're going to start at there, out, round and into the buckle like that. Now we can draw his belt. Starting at the top point of the buckle here, we're going to curve up to a point, and the same thing on this side, curve up to a point. That'll be his belt. Now we'll do the fur around the bottom of his jacket, so a little bit lower than where our belt's finished. You're going to come out, round, follow the curve you've just drawn around the bottom of his body, and then back up like that. Now we're going to do him waving, so I'd like you around this point here where the line of his jacket intersects with his beard, do a line coming out, another line level with the bottom of his belt, out like that, and then coming in. So it's almost like a square that's squashed onto the side of his body. And just like we've done the fur here, we'll do the same thing on the end of his sleeve. So come out and round in a sort of sausage shape, just a little bit in from the end of his sleeve. He's going to be wearing mittens because they're a lot easier to draw than fingers. So what we'll do will be his thumb coming up. So you're going to do a curve round like that, and then a sort of a big squash circle shape coming in like that. There's his hand in his mitten, and he's waving, so you can do a couple of little movement lines like this around his mitten. Now the other arm's going to be down, so I want you to draw a line coming from the same point here where the beard intersects the jacket line. Draw a line coming out and then coming along like that and back in around there. And again, we're going to draw his fur coming around here, and then his mitten, we can do a big circle like this, and then a little one for his thumb like that. So we're now getting close to finishing our Father Christmas. What's missing next? Let me see. His legs, of course. So from the side of his body, come down in a straight line, and then we're going to draw a straight line coming down like that, straight line coming along like that, and then you're going to do an angled line curving up pretty much level with the bottom of his belt buckle there, so kind of be coming in like that. Again, follow a line down from the edge of his body. You're going to do a straight line there, straight horizontal line along there, and then a curve coming in like that. So we've got his legs like this. Again, we'll do furs around the top of his boots, so same sort of thing, come up a little bit from the bottom, curve out, along and back in, out, along and back in. And now we just need to draw Santa's boots. So following along this line here, starting there, do a little line like that, and again on this side here, a little line like that. Now to draw his boots, we're going to start pretty much in the centre point of his legs here, level with the little line we've just drawn. You're going to curve out and round and down. You're going to do a straight line along the bottom like that, and then a straight line on the side like that. And again, from the middle point there, curve up and round, straight line along the bottom there, straight line along the bottom there. And there we have our Santa. And as we've done with our snowman before, we will put in a nice little sprig of holly on his hat, because I always like to adorn my Christmas card drawings with sprigs of holly. So we'll do it on this side here. So as before, draw 3 circles, 1, 2, 3 for the berries. And we'll have one coming out here. So you curve round to a point, curve round to a point, and then curve to a point sticking straight out, back in, curve to a point, and back in again, and then do a little line along there, and we'll have another one sticking straight up. So curve round to a point, curve round to a point, curve up to a point, pointing straight up, curve out, curve round, back in, line. So here is our Santa looking very jolly and happy as he waves. We can also do, why not, I'm just kind of spontaneously thinking now, let's draw a sack of toys next to him. So we need to draw a shape starting around this point of his leg here. We'll come up like that and down, and then come another line, so we're in the middle point here of this, out, round and down, curve round like that. Draw a few lumps on it like this, just little curve shapes. You can write toys on it like this, and the top of the sack needs to have be gathered up. We'll do a little half circle where it's tied up, come up, round and a curve, up, round and a curve, up, round and a curve, and then back. And there is the toy sack next to Santa. And now we need to colour it in. So as I said in a previous video about colouring in a snowman, how do you colour in something that is white? You use some blue to do a few highlights. So we'll use this blue to do some shadows on the beard and the furry parts, and then we'll draw everything else. So I'm going to go fast motion now to colour this in, and we'll come back in a second. There we go, our Santa's now coloured in. A little bit of a shadow underneath him. That'll be fun to do a little candy cane sticking out the top of the toy sack. Curve round like this. Back round and follow the same shape back, and then do some lines on it, and then you can get your red colour. Colour that in. There we go, there is our Santa, all ready for Christmas. As with always, give your work a little signature so everybody knows who drew it. There we go, one festive Santa Claus cartoon, all ready to adorn your Christmas cards, and hope you catch the last post. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you again soon for some more drawing fun.